and welcome to Living Well with Robin Stoloff, empowering you to live a healthier life. Now more than ever, we could use a way to reduce stress in our life. We all know that yoga is great for our physical health, but it also helps to boost our emotional health. Here with me now is Giselle Toner. She's a yoga instructor and life coach who has been teaching yoga for more than 30 years. Thanks so much for joining me, Giselle.
Thank you, Robin. I really love talking about this.
Yes.
This is my favorite subject.
I know you're in beautiful Naples, Florida now, but when you were in New Jersey, I used to take your classes, and you're an excellent instructor in awesome condition. If anybody saw Giselle, she looks about 25 years younger than she is. You are amazing. And so you're a great testament to the benefits of yoga. And before we talk, I just have one funny story. I remember taking your class, and everyone in the class was a little bit older than I was at the time, and they all were able to get up in a headstand. And because they had been doing it, I had never tried to do that. And I got on my little triangle, and I kept falling forward and banging my head into the floor. So it obviously I wasn't quite there yet, but it didn't matter because I still did what I could do, and I got a lot out of it anyway. So I guess, one of the points that I want to make in this podcast today is that anyone could do yoga, whatever level you are. If you can't do whatever that particular pose is, you do another pose. No big deal. And there's so many beautiful benefits to yoga. What has it meant for you in your life?
Well, I'll tell you, Robin, I cannot even imagine not having yoga in my life, because I started out as a kid because it was just something that I found in a book in a library, and I was fascinated. But I have to tell you, if I didn't start doing yoga, I don't know where I would be right now, because it helped me so much. It centered me. It grounded me. I had a rough childhood, like a lot of people, and it kept me centered. But more than anything else, when I got older, I started to realize that it was more than just a bunch of physical poses, It was wonderful. It was so not only calming, but it actually gave me a whole different perspective on life. It gave me confidence, made the body beautiful, so many benefits.
Absolutely. And it is such a wonderful stress reliever. And people who haven't done it may not realize how good it is. What are some of the ways that yoga helps us to release stress?
Well, one of the most important parts is that when you are doing things physically, you have to use your breath. When you practice yoga, there really is a certain way that you need to practice. You can't just jump into a lot of the things. You have to be able to breathe properly through the poses. And that is one of the most important things. Now, a good teacher will be able to help you with that. And when you do your poses, it actually helps your mind. The mind, body, and breath are all connected.
That is a really important part about it, because so many times, especially when we're stressed, we shallow breathe or we breathe too fast, and that increases our heart rate. It makes us feel more nervous, and especially with everything going on in our world right now, COVID and so many social and political issues. It's just people are just at their wits' end. They're just really having a very difficult time. And this is just a great way to de-stress. And you don't need an hour or 2 hours a day. You can just do 10 or 15 minutes sometimes, and it makes you feel great.
Absolutely. And the most important thing, too, Robin, is that, what you said earlier was very important. A lot of people that are not in shape, they look at yoga and they think, oh my God, I'll never be able to do that. That person is so flexible. Well, you don't have to be flexible or strong to start yoga. The most important thing is to start, but get a very good instructor, because that makes the difference, whether you're going to love it or hate it.
Yes. And what I really remembered in that class is a lot of people could do that because they had been doing it. Nobody starts out great at anything when they first start. But these folks had been doing it, and they figured it out. And then I'm sure I would have if I had continued before you moved to Naples and left us here in cold New Jersey. But I kind of laughed at myself. I thought it was fun and funny. I understood that that's okay. And that's kind of what I found when I've taken yoga classes, that instructors meet you where you are and guide you through your practice, whether you're a beginner or you're experienced at yoga. And some days, even within ourselves, we're stronger than other days. And we can basically adjust what we do to get what we need on that particular day. And that's what's so nice about yoga. So I know you teach there in Naples, Florida, but you also teach classes online. What is your style of yoga?
The basic thing that I do is that I teach an eclectic blend of everything. So there are certain things that if I say it, it will be very hard for, somebody that's not into yoga to understand. But what you need to understand is that you need to actually physically do it to feel what's best for you, because it's not all the same. Some people will be teaching a very hard, very high-end class with a lot of twists and bends, and people just may not be able to do it. Then you'll have to go to something a little bit easier. But, the most important thing is, like I said, find qualified teachers, because that's going to make all the difference in the world. So the thing that I do is a blend of lots of beautiful styles. And I try to take the best of all the poses and incorporate them in. And then I make sure that I tailor it for the individual. So if someone is very, very new to yoga, I am not taking them to a high level. They're staying right where they need to stay to feel good. If it's someone who's an athlete and they've been working out their whole life, I'll kick it up quite a bit for them to make them feel good.
That's what's so beautiful about it. There are all types of classes, many different types of instructors. And as you said, you find someone you're comfortable with, someone that knows what they're doing. But and that physical is, of course, great. You're stretching, you're moving your body. But I have found that anytime I've ever done yoga, afterward, I have this feeling of, I just feel relief and relaxed and just like, my brain is cleared, and it doesn't even have to be that long. 15 minutes, 20 minutes can make you feel like that. And it's so amazing. And you know what I find too? It helps me to sleep better that night. Do you find your people say that?
Oh, absolutely. Robin, the word yoga means union. And what that means is that body, mind, and breath and spirit are all one. It's all together. And when you really start to practice, and it happens very quickly, when you start to practice, you start to feel that everything comes together. And that is what you're feeling when you're done. You feel that euphoria. You feel like something very different than just a regular kind of an exercise program, because things are happening differently in your body. First of all, when you do yoga, it is exercising not only externally your muscles, but it's going internally, because you get that internal twisting going, because we do a lot of twisting, bending, your spinal column, it gets more energy, oxygen. And, when you do the breathing, breath is life. The most important breathing that I do with our poses is called Ujjayi breathing. And what basically that means is that you're taking long inhales through your nose, long exhales through your nose. There's a little technique to it. I don't want it to sound totally simple, but if you start practicing that breathing with your poses, you're going to really feel completely different. It's going to help you stretch better. It's going to help you keep your awareness inward where it belongs rather than out there being distracted. And it just makes your body feel fabulous. It's so important to do it.
Well, you are, as I said before, a great testament to it, because you look terrific. But there's also so many other benefits. I have just a quick list here. Reduce stress, sound sleep, reduce cortisol levels, so important. Allergy, asthma, low blood pressure, smoking cessation help, lower heart rate, sense of well-being, reduce muscle tension, increase strength and flexibility, and slowing the aging process, which we all like that one. That is for sure. There's the aches and pains that typically come with, it's not only just with aging, it's with sitting. It's with a sedentary lifestyle, which people tend to have as they age. And especially many people who are now working from home, as I am a lot, I'm sitting. And that's why I got myself a stand-up desk, because I said, I got to get myself to move a little bit more, even just standing in one place is better than just sitting. But that's what happens in our society. People were doing this before COVID, and now it's gotten even worse because we're not moving around. We're not going out as much. So this can really help you with that as well.
Oh, for sure. This is actually, I would say anyone who is feeling the effects of being sedentary, and who doesn't feel that, they really need to try yoga. They have to. And there are so many different ways to do it, Robin. If someone doesn't want to actually hire a trainer, or of course going to a studio is out right now, go on YouTube, find some videos there, or go to my website. I've got tons of stuff there. I can definitely help people and point them in the right direction too.
What is your website, Giselle?
Well, I have two different websites. The one that has most of the yoga is called eternity-yoga.com. So it's just the word eternityyoga.com. My other one is my name, GiselleToner.com, and that's GISELLE TONER.com.
And that's where you offer a monthly membership where people can take your classes during the week and get your personal input because you're doing these classes live.
Right, exactly. So if they're interested in that, go to GiselleToner.com. That has that information.
It's good to have those live classes because you can talk with the people, you can see their poses, you can give them feedback, and it's just nice to be able to have that one-on-one connection. Not that there's anything wrong with doing videos online, but this just takes it to a different level when you can talk with the teacher and do it live. And I know you adjust your poses for people of different levels, which is always good.
Yeah, very important, Robin, because right now there is so much going on that is causing people to feel very insecure about their lives in general. They don't know which way to go. They feel terrible physically. They're fearful. There's so much fear going on right now. And when you start to practice yoga, you really do get a grip on things. It's amazing what it does to you mentally, emotionally.
You're
it's
right.
amazing.
I'm only sorry that I didn't do it when I was younger. I have to be honest. I used to do fitness and bodybuilding competitions, and I was either running on the beach or in the gym working out. And I just didn't make time for this pillar of health, this particular part of health, the stretching, the flexibility, and the mental aspect of yoga. And as I've learned more about mental health and how important it is, I realize this is just as important as lifting weights, as running, as playing tennis, as doing any other cardio, if not more important, because this affects our entire life and we need it now more than ever before.
For sure. And you know, the other thing too, Robin, is that yoga will really enhance any other sport that you're doing. So if you are doing something, let's just say pickleball or golf, yoga will increase your ability to run and stretch and twist and bend and decrease the injury likelihood.
That is so true. And I have been injured in my life, and it's not fun. My knee, my back, that can be caused by imbalances, by overuse. There's so many different things. And by doing something like yoga, stretching, just really taking that time to try to balance a little bit more, you can prevent a lot of that, or at least reduce your risk of it.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of balance, real quickly, as we get older, we lose our balance. We lose our ability to balance and walk. And with yoga, with certain moves that I really, really put a lot of emphasis on, your balance gets so much better. I do a lot of one-leg balancing. It's incredible what people that never thought that they could do it will just basically start to increase their ability to move. Their balance gets so much better. They feel more confident. It's incredible.
And that's
even
important. As we get older, we all know if somebody falls and you break your hip, that's a serious injury. And I used to teach workout classes before everything closed in New Jersey, but I would talk about that a lot with people. I'd say you step on black ice, maybe you catch yourself, maybe you don't fall, maybe there's a way that you can, prevent falling because you are more balanced. And that's another important point as well. So Giselle, thank you so much. Once again, what is your website?
You can go to GiselleToner.com or EternityYoga.com. And just check them both out and see. And you need me, there's a way to contact me, and I'd be happy to talk to you.
Oh, you are the best. Thanks so much. Giselle Toner, life coach and yoga instructor. And thank you all for joining me today. Be sure to subscribe to get an update on our latest episode, and contact me on any of my social, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Or check out my website, livingwellwithrobinstoloff.com. Thanks again for being with me for Living Well with Robin Stoloff, empowering you to live a healthier life. Until next time, please stay safe and keep living well.